Have you ever wondered why so many bright, capable girls start to doubt themselves in math class? It's a huge problem, and it starts surprisingly early. Today, we're diving into a really cool AI-powered project called Math Muses that's trying to solve that exact problem. So let's just start with a single number to frame this whole conversation, 28%. That's how many women are in the STEM workforce right now. It's a number that tells a story of lost potential, and believe it or not, that story starts way, way back in elementary school. And that leads us to the real head-scratcher. Why does this confidence gap for girls pop up as early as 8 years old? Study after study shows there's no cognitive difference, no math brain that one gender has over the other. The answer, it turns out, is all in our heads. It's psychological. To really get it, we have to look past the spreadsheets and into the psychology. This isn't an issue of ability. It's about anxiety, it's about perception, and it's about the stories we tell ourselves and our kids about who's supposed to be good at math. One of the biggest culprits is something called math anxiety. Imagine this. When a student feels stressed about a problem, that anxiety literally eats up their working memory, the mental bandwidth they need to actually solve it. So even if they're totally capable, they underperform. And that just creates this awful self-fulfilling prophecy. There's actually a theory for this called the expectancy value theory. It sounds complicated, but it's pretty simple. It says our motivation tanks if one of two things happens. Either we don't believe we can succeed, or we just don't see the point. For a lot of young girls, cultural stereotypes unfortunately attack both of those things at the same time. And to make this feel real, meet Sarah. She's a persona, but her feelings are shared by millions. When she says, "When I get a problem wrong, it feels like proof that I'm just not a math person." That's it. That's the heart of the problem. A mistake isn't a learning opportunity. It's a judgment. So how in the world do you fix a problem that's so deep-seated? Well, this is where Math Muses comes into the picture. It's a completely new approach that uses AI to tackle this problem right at the source. The core mission here is just so smart. It's about completely changing the experience of getting a math problem wrong. The goal is to take that feeling of failure from "I'm not smart enough" to "Okay, I just need a different strategy." That shift is everything. So how does it work? Well, it's built on 4 big ideas. First, you've got an AI mentor that gives really specific, helpful guidance. Second, the storylines are built to bust stereotypes, featuring amazing female role models. Third, the gamification is designed to lower anxiety, not raise the stakes. And finally, it's all powered by an adaptive engine that personalizes the whole journey. Okay, talk is cheap, right? Explaining the theory is one thing, but you really have to see this thing in action to get it. So let's walk through the prototype and see what a learning adventure actually looks like. Right off the bat, you're not just staring at a worksheet, you're dropped into a story. In this case, it's Vera Wang's bridal quest, and you're joining a design team for a royal wedding. I mean, how cool is that? It's creative, it's engaging, and it instantly shows that math belongs in these fun, exciting worlds. And the math problems? They're seamlessly woven right into the story. The first challenge isn't some abstract equation, it's a real-world problem. You have 360 meters of smart fabric, and you need to figure out how to allocate it. Math isn't the test, it's the tool you use to win the challenge. Now this is the absolute magic of the whole thing. If you get stuck, the AI mentor, little star, pops up. But it doesn't just give you a clue, it totally reframes the situation. Look at that language. This is about method, not intelligence. That one sentence changes everything. It tells the user that the struggle is about finding the right path, not about whether they're smart enough. And when they figure it out, the platform celebrates. You earn these points called Pickerats. And here's the really important part. There's zero penalty for getting it wrong along the way. That completely removes the high-stakes pressure that causes so much anxiety and instead focuses everything on progress and building that feeling of, hey, I can do this. So, the prototype is fantastic, but that's just the starting line. Let's take a look at the road ahead because they have a really ambitious and clear plan to take Math Muses from a great idea to a platform that can make a huge impact. The whole plan is laid out in 4 simple phases. We're here at the MVP prototype stage. Next up is crucial user testing, co-designing with actual teens. From there, it's a public beta launch, and then the final push is to scale up with schools and other partners by the end of the year. And when they say scale, they mean it. The goal is to get this into the hands of over 10,000 users by year end. That's the kind of number that proves this isn't just a niche product, but a solution that can really grow. But getting users is one thing, keeping them is another. The goal is an 85% user engagement rate. And for an educational app, that's wild. It shows they're not just building a tool, they're building an experience that kids will actually want to come back to. And finally, how do you make sure you have a widespread impact? Partnerships. The goal is to team up with over 50 schools and educational organizations. This is